Individually, we are weak, like a single twig. But as a bundle, we form a mighty faggot.
Welcome to the hashtag #1 non-chilling gaming podcast, you pieces of shit.
Rise on our own is the shit. Game so good, you better play it, bitch. Gronks be goon into it, you know it's true. Can't wait for Xbox to drop that Rise 2. Rise, 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 rise on our own. Xbox be swimming in money with this shit. Boss hog, don't deny it. If you wish this was on PlayStation 2, you bitch. Lethal lightning be swinging a tiny dick. Cream trying to measure the small prick. Mazza be getting railed by Mike all night. Jono be tied to that cut chair, alright. Cortana blast pegging lethal so many nights. But you know all the Gronkin lads would be still down to play Rise tonight. This game's got style, this game's got might. An Xbox exclusive done so right. Rise on our own is the shit. Game so good, you better play it, bitch. Gronks be good into it, you know it's true. Can't wait for Xbox to drop that Rise 2. This game's got style, this game's got might. An Xbox exclusive done so right.
Who would you be without me, Prime?
Time to goon.
Time to goon. Hello, everybody. How the fuck we doing? Good to see you all. Hope you all had a magnificent Easter weekend. We are back, motherfuckers. We are back for, well, over here, it's a 3-day week because Friday's a public holiday as well, but we'll probably be live on Friday. But anyway, welcome back to a shorter week of Gronkin Gaming. You're watching Gronkin Lost. Subscribe to Gronkin Gaming. Don't fucking thank you all so very much for being here. You magnificent bastards. But before we get any further, you guys, please split chat that pumps money to get as blue as Cortalis it is. And if you haven't already, make sure you are a channel member because you motherfuckers keep this whole thing up and running. You magnificent bastards. Appreciate you all so very fucking much. What you're looking at here is, what are we going to call this? Is this Gronking Rebirth or Gronking New Avengers? We've swapped everyone out. We've swapped everyone out. We've replaced Blabs with Lord Bofa, and we dropped extra 0 for John Graham.
They're both old.
Yeah, because they're both old, just like everyone else. Nazma, we sacrificed. But yes, we have a little bit of a different panel today, but it's going to be a good one, man, because we got some wild shit to talk about. There's a Silent Hill scam going on. There's something Overwatch related that I hope Mozza hasn't seen yet because I love talking to him about Overwatch because he just gets so fucking, I don't know, he takes it so personally. And then, of course, Palworld has kind of pulled their dick out and said, behold thy schlong and perform fellatio, Nintendo. And then there's a little indie game called Oblivion you probably haven't heard of getting a remake. And we got more to talk about with all of that. But Lord Bofa, how you doing? And how was Easter for you, mate?
It was good. It was busy. I had Easter Sunday with my wife's family and all that. And before that, my wife had her 10-year reunion. So I had to go that on Saturday. So it's been a busy weekend.
And what about you, John?
Good weekend. Yeah, I went to a friend's house. They had a big spread on Sunday. And then the day before that, I took my mom out to dinner because it was her birthday. Not that day, but like pretty soon. So I ate a lot on the weekend.
Okay. What about you, Moz? What happened to the beard? You're all clean shaven and shit.
Woke up, no Oblivion. Leakers are bullshit. This is bullshit. They delayed it. Do you think they delayed it as a fuck you to the leakers? It was meant to come out today, but they're like, you know what?
Moz, I think you're mixing up time zones.
No. It was meant to come out last night. It was meant to come out last night for Australia, and then it didn't. So I was lied to from leakers. Now they're backpedaling and being all like, "Yo, what's up, home dogs?"
I'm pretty sure it's already out here, Moz.
Fuck you.
Anyway, how you doing, Moz? What's new, man? How was Easter?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh, that's fantastic to hear. All right, let's go through and say hi to the chat. My favorite thing about Easter was watching Stone Cold crash his bike. I loved it.
Yeah, that was.
What?
Yeah, on East I had to watch WrestleMania Night 1. Oh.
And Mr. Tex, the start of the week, acknowledges the tribal chief who was betrayed by Paul Heyman, who also went on to betray CM Punk as well. Now, I'm
On
not
Easter.
I'm not trying to
On-
start any religious fights here, but the Jewish man pulled a double betrayal on Easter weekend. Why is no one acknowledging that?
And for Australia, it was actually Easter.
Oh, it was wild. Thank you,
Wild.
Mr. Tex. And then right up we have Joker Moz with a $5. It's for you, Moz. Holy shit.
Yeet! Fuck, I hated that match. Word. Love yeet. Love. Word yeet. Upside down I. Hashtag Mozza is now. Hashtag also Mike is in Mozza. Hashtag brain damage.
For real. Thank you very much for the brain damage. Appreciate that. Then we have Last Toxic Mail with a tour. Thank you. Shh. Now come fix my zipper, Lethal. Skeet. You want me to come on you again, don't you, Last Toxic Mail, you greedy bitch? Man, I gotta save my baby gravy for the other ones. Thank you very much, Last Toxic Mail. And we have Cortana Blabs, who's looking very fucking frumpy in that one. Lethal didn't buy me new Harry Potter merch, so now he gets to rub his own Easter bunny tail. Okay. No chocolate eggs or otherwise for bad boys.
That's wild.
What the fuck are you talking about?
There's a lot of metaphor in there.
There's a lot to unpack in that. Is this because Stone Cold crashed his bike? Thank you very much, Cortana Blabs. Yeesh. Sorry, that one's kind of stun-locked me a bit. Last Toxic Mail with a $5. It's for you, Moz.
Oi, Moz! I wish I could plow. Yeah, mama, slow as Travis Scott walks down the ring. ... Ski. Upside down eye and raindrops.
Yep, raindrops. Thank you very much. I saw this as well. This grabbed my attention. Moz is the Travis Scott of Gronk Gaming.
What the fuck does that mean?
It means you're an untalented black rapper, Moz. That's what it means. Good morning. Good morning. And then
rapper.
oh wow. Would you please, Moz?
Mother's mom is the cross that LTM Latha's nails to.
We're just going to move on from that one. Thank you very much. Jesus Christ. Holy shit. Good to have you here. All right. Shocker Zulu, SK Sandro, the dude, Mr. Tex, Cell Shade, Galliard, SK. If I missed anyone, I apologize. And then we also have this as well. This is actually, I'm actually glad you brought this up. Pedro finally got it coming to him in that last episode of Last of Us, Moz. You were wrong about your prediction.
I was, but I still do think they'll add more, and I still do think they will finish number 3 with the series, not the game. I still, because Last of Us 2 complete is it for the games, I think. And then they'll finish the actual stories for the TV show. And I mean, they changed a lot in that scene. Like his brother's not with him. Apparently, he's saving like townsfolk and the town's being attacked and all that shit. So you can already.
John's been watching it.
Yeah, they've changed a lot apparently, and you can see like he kind of wants to rewrite. No, I wouldn't say rewrite his wrongs. I mean, he still died and stuff, right? So you can tell he wants to change it and make it more what he probably wanted. And yeah, I think we're going to get season. So yeah, I actually don't know what they'll do. I don't know what the actual ending will be now for season 2. It may just be the actual game. And then season 3 is what he wanted for the third game, maybe. But I just see them adding a lot more because they'll do all the little before parts, like when she was younger, learning to swim and all that. They'll do that in the show as well. So, yeah.
What did you think of it, John? The episode.
Obviously, this is an opportunity to rectify the mistakes they made with the game, but there's some things where they've made it worse. I mean, in that scene, Abby tells Joel exactly who she is. In the game,
What?
she doesn't. Yeah.
So that goes half the game.
Yeah.
Right. So what the game does is not only in the game does Abby not tell Joel exactly who she is, but it plays out in a non-linear way where you have no idea why she's even there.
Yeah.
Like you, the player, don't even know. There's no dramatic irony or anything, right? And so as the game unfolds, you realize, oh, that's why Abby was there. So in the show, by having Abby saying explicitly who she is, then you have Joel not say anything in response to make a case for why he did what he did. And he totally would to save his life. Even if you might argue that it's pointless and she's made up her mind, he would say that. This is why I did what I did. And the show just doesn't do that. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing? So like in that way, it's actually worse than the game, I think.
Yeah, and not having the brother there is kind of weird because now he didn't actually see it, right? So he would still want revenge for his brother's death, right? But it kind of takes away from Tommy's revenge. And I know it never went anywhere anyway, right? They fucked that up in the game. But I don't know, it still makes that even worse, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
Now, am I just being nitpicky?
I think they wanted him to be a hero. Is that what they wanted to show off, Tommy being a hero or whatever? But that's the way they're trying to spin it, at least, is what I'm seeing online.
Yeah, but flame throwing a couple of zombies, especially in this universe, doesn't really make you a hero, right? I mean, and it's just like, I don't know. It just seems like they're doing it worse as well. Like it doesn't. I don't really understand this.
Am I nitpicking here, or is that too bright, or maybe that's just the image? Like compared to that.
Yeah, well, in the game, it was done in a basement, and there's some hell-like imagery involved there, where it's like a descent into hell. That's like when Ellie finds the room, she descends this staircase into the basement, and so there's a level of symbolism there that's intended in the game. And here, it's in a brightly lit living room, and you lose that symbolism. I understand maybe why they chose to do it based on the location that they had to shoot in, and maybe there wasn't a basement, and maybe they would have had to build a set as opposed to just shooting in the living room that was already there, and they just figured it's easier. But the symbolism is lost, unfortunately.
Yeah, I agree. It looks kind of shit to me, man. Yeah, well, there you go. So
I've just been enjoying the crash out online of all the fans who, for some reason, they didn't either play the game or do any kind of research that the game's been out for 5 years and are shocked that Joel dies. And I was like, how is this not spoiled for you already?
You know what the worst thing is? Yeah. It's actually one of the most liked episodes. Normies.
That's because people hate Pedro Pascal.
People are eating it up because the normies and the Walking Dead fans, I'm telling it's Walking Dead fans, they love this type of shit, and they don't play the games. They probably don't even own a PlayStation, don't even know what the fuck a Naughty Dog is, right? And they just love the series for what it is. And because
I assume that's like out of the entire like first season as well, right? You're saying like it's the highest, one of the highest rated episodes. I'm guessing because it just simply involves the death of a major character, and that's why normies are latching onto it.
Well, I remember leading up to that whichever Spider-Man movie it was that had Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio. Man, when I saw people online saying, "Whoa, he's a villain," that surprised me. That's the moment I went, "Oh,
Mysterio,
we really just don't even fucking do like, okay, all right, and this is what we're doing." Actually, you know what was even worse for me? When I saw Infinity War in the cinema, the person next to me was on their phone Googling Infinity Stones. I'm like, how about we just fucking watch? You know, it's
that's one of the ways. That's one of the ways you can tell like their original plans of like, oh, we're gonna make these comic book movies, and that's gonna get people interested in comic books, and then they're gonna buy more comic books again, etc. That obviously has not happened.
Did not work. And then last Toxic Mount with a $5. Thank you very much. Hold that thought, player. Hold that thought, player. Praise our Lord and Savior at Jesus Christ for blessing me with the biggest boozy hole amongst men. and given me the sole purpose of nutting in Moz's mum. That's what you were born to do, was to nut in Moz's mum.
That's wild.
That's wild. What were you going to say, Moz?
These normies, all they like to do is fucking get Tim Tams and watch fucking TV shows. They will go from from Walking Dead, fucking another dog shit show, next dog shit show. They try to convince you a show called Friends is good. Like these people aren't good.
Hold up, I'm going to defend Friends a little bit here. I spent fucking damn near fucking 28 years trashing on Friends, right? And then I actually saw an episode, and the whole thing was just gay jokes making fun of gay people. I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
Black Books is better. Fuck you.
Friends is in that category of shows that are bad that have funny episodes or funny parts. And there are movies like that too that are just bad, but they have funny parts. So
Right.
And then last talks him out with another 5. Shout out to the new Blabs on the panel. Better beard than the talking scrotum on the panel ever had. John's not a scrotum. That's fucking mean.
I'm a lot hairier than Blabs. I think she is like what, Guatemalan, something like that.
Actually, Blabs has got a better beard than you.
All right.
And then shout out to 5th place Broncos. Take it in, Moz. For some fucking reason, I've looked at the statistics. Over 50% of the people that watch Gronks are American, and for some fucking reason, they understand Australian sports just so they can.
Because they hate me, and they just when we're doing good, they don't fucking talk about it. As soon as my team starts losing, it's the fucking topic of the week. Fuck you.
All right. Thank you. Last time now, calm down there, Moz. We still got other shit for you. All right, now first thing is first. Let's just go ahead and there's not really a whole lot to say about this one. But there is a scam going around with Silent Hill F. So this is your PSA. If you fall for it, you're a retard. We are aware of social media account advertising a closed beta test for Silent Hill F, linking to a website asking for personal information. This account is fake and not associated with Konami in any way. As always, please follow Konami or Silent Hill for official news. All right. So just like with the Witcher 4 one, it's not real. Don't fall for it. Let it be. Okay. There is no Silent Hill F beta, at least not yet. Just let it fucking go. All right. It's not real. Not real. Simple as that. But for some reason, I don't understand. Like, again, a lot of times I kind of have to separate myself because I probably spend more time online looking at gaming news than like majority of people. Right. So for me, it's so obvious it's not real. But I guess to like the everyday person, it kind of comes across as real and stuff like that. All I can really say is if you see something and it grabs your attention, go look at the official accounts and stuff like that and see if it's there. All right. That's probably the quickest way to do it. All right.
Yeah, it's such a broad issue, right? I mean, like anything that scammers can take advantage of where it's like a hype product and like you can funnel people into clicking on something, which is basically the method to deliver a payload into your system and then it's fucked and compromised. Yeah, you just got to look for just scams in general. There's like little visual clues that you can, if you spend, like you're saying, enough time online, you can spot these things. And it's a shame because there's a lot of old people, like they're just clueless and they fall for everything. And
yeah, I remember, like, I think I've said this before when like my grandmother was talking about how someone on the phone was talking about like some raffle she won and stuff like that. And it sounded sus. I'm like, did you enter a raffle? And she's like, no. I'm like, well, it's not fucking real then, is it? So,
yeah.
Simple as that.
Now, I respect the source, like where something comes from. Yeah, like just make sure it comes from Konami in this case, right, or whatever.
Whatever it is.
Do some simple searches. Searches. You just type in such and such scams, things like that. Typically, if you've been given a scam, it's going to come up probably pretty fast because other people are getting it too.
Yeah, or even just go check the official accounts and see if it's real, and you go, oh fuck, there is actually a beta going on. All right, cool. Now, speaking of scams, we're going to talk about Nintendo and not the Switch 2, believe it or not. Another fucking little racket they got going on. Their ongoing lawsuit with Palworld, it's been going on for months now, and it does unfortunately seem like Palworld was caving in a little bit. But they did bite back a little bit, and they brought up a lot of points that anyone with like 2 fucking IQ was saying as well. So let's go ahead and get into this. Palworld, they're kind of saying bullshit to a lot of the stuff that Nintendo's trying to claim here. Now, I'm pretty sure you've been keeping an eye on this one, Bova. You've been pretty interested in this case, right?
A little bit, yeah. I made some videos that weirdly popped off about Palworld specifically, and each time I've made one, they've gone off. So, yeah, I've been keeping in tune with it a little bit.
All right. For months, we've been learning about the new patterns Nintendo is acquiring, and now we finally know how Palworld plans to defend themselves against it. So we're going to use a lot of fucking big lawyer talk here, and I am not a big lawyer person, so bear with me here. As reported by Games Fray, a patent-specialized Japanese lawyer who appeared at the Tokyo District Court on their behalf to obtain more details about Palworld's defense against Nintendo's ongoing patent infringement lawsuit. Pocket Pair has argued, let me move my mouse there. Pocket Pair has argued invalidity against each patent as well as non-infringement. The developer has also provided games and mods as examples to bolster its defense. Let's go here. So for those wondering, the Palworld developer has stated that Nintendo was not supposed to be granted the patents due to the existence of prior art before the company claimed to have invented said patent. Prior art means any published material such as patent applications, articles, or games that exist before the patent's relevant priority date. Okay, that's the key part. Before it happened. In this situation, more than one piece of prior art is a copy of an existing material. It talks about combining 2 additional pieces of prior art. The later discusses it not being an invention when a person comes up with an idea to combine 2 or more pieces of prior art. In the US, developers must meet a non-obvious requirement. In Europe and Japan, you must take an innovative step to get to that combination. Okay. So the Palworld developer has provided a list of games and mods as examples of prior art in the lawsuit, featuring notable games such as Tomb Raider, Final Fantasy XIV, Far Cry 5, and others. Now, these are all well-known games as well, so that's a good one to use. The list also includes several Nintendo titles. I like that, such as Pokemon Arceus, Pokemon Sword and Shield, and Pikmin 3 Deluxe. The developer keeps its Craftopia title as the starting point, stating that combining any prior art with it may also provide the feature existed before the Nintendo lawsuit. All right, so with all that context, let's begin. Patent 1. Palworld developer defends itself against the Nintendo lawsuit by stating that Rune Factory 5, Titanfall 2, and Pikmin 3 Deluxe make it easy to see how a player character can perform an action to release a monster or capture item like a ball and fire direction by releasing a button. Titanfall 2? How does Titanfall 2 do that? All right, anyway.
The deployment of some sentry or whatever. I mean, it's so loose that you can tie a bunch of different functions and objects to it, you know?
But that's kind of the point, though, isn't it? To say,
right.
well, technically Titanfall 2 does it, and you probably didn't even think
throw
that
a ball
to
I forget, because it's been a while since I played Titanfall 2. Do you throw a ball to call down a mech?
I think no, it just drops down. But
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really can't.
Maybe they're just talking about grenades. I don't know. Hell if I know.
Yeah, it could be grenades. It could be as simple as that. All right. Pikmin 3 Deluxe and Far Cry 5 and Tomb Raider already show that there can be different types of throwable objects. Man, if you want to talk about throwable objects in video game, spin a fucking wheel. I guarantee you it's got throwable objects in it, man. Well, a lot of them do at least.
Yeah.
Pocket Souls, Octopath Traveler, and Final Fantasy XIV help players understand how they select items in the field and indicate the chances of success for the current operation. That is okay. That's cool. Now, patent 2. The Palworld developer argues invalidity by referencing Pocket Souls, a Dark Souls 3 mod, as the starting point, stating that you combine it with Octopath Traveler and Monster Super League, Nextmon, Craftopia, Pikmin 3 Deluxe, and Nukamon for Fallout or Monster Hunter 4G to get to that point. Bro, see, they're just, okay, I kind of get what they're doing here. They're just throwing like a shit ton at you saying, what, are you going to go after all these? You could also have a Nukamon mod for Fallout as the starting point and combine it with Craftopia, Pocket Souls, and Pokemon Sword and Shield. Yeah, I like that one. What I think they're getting at there is they're saying there's Pokemon mods that exist in fucking name it. right?
Yep.
You name it. So what are you going to do? Are you going to go after Fallout? Are you going to go after GTA? We'd love to see you go after GTA because they'll slap the shit out of you. Like, good luck with that one. Now for patent 3, which discusses the smooth switching between riding objects. All right. Pocket Pair defends itself against Nintendo's lawsuit by using Arc as the starting point and stating that it does not need to combine it with any other prior art to declare Nintendo's patent is invalid. Or they can have ArcheAge as the starting point and combine it with Arc, The Legend of Zelda, or the Unity game engine. Lastly, you can also have Riders of Icarus as the starting point. The Palworld developer has argued invalidity, which puts them in a better space as there are no repercussions for infringing on invalid patents. However, they still need to argue a non-infringement if the validity challenge is unsuccessful. At the same time, players should know that a patent can only be infringed once all of its claim limitations have been infringed. So Pocket Pair first argues that Pokemon and Palworld are not from the same genre. Pokemon is a role-playing game and Palworld is a survival crafting title. I think everyone will agree with that. The creatures are the only thing in common in both games. The report also states that being from a different genre is, quote, not a legal argument per se. However, it does help explain the various game mechanics of both games. All right, so like I said, a lot of fucking lawyer talk coming up here. Pocket Pair argues non-infringement against 4 of the 6 claims in the first patent. The first discussion focuses on running on a computer, which the developer describes as just a broad category. And it does not argue that Palworld runs on computers and video game consoles. On the second claim, Pocket Pair states that the claim language means there is one operation button for the purpose, releasing a captured item or a combat character. But in Palworld, this is not a common button operation. It's about different button operations. For another limitation of its second claim, Pocket Pair also argues that Palworld, quote, does not clearly distinguish between combat and non-combat states. Lastly, Nintendo's patent discusses selecting first or second category group, and Palworld does not feature such a selection. Now for claim number 4, which talks about releasing a captured item in the first category and a combat character in the second category, the Palworld developer defends itself by stating, quote, depending on whether it's about a captured item or a combat character, the player can release such an item or character. This is all for the first patent. Now, for claim number 5, which references a player character being caused to perform an action, which this to me sounds like the vaguest thing in the world, Pocket Pair defends itself by stating that this should be interpreted as the combat character doing and collecting objects on behalf of the player character. However, pals don't actually do that. All right, now, before we move on to patent 2, anyone want to add anything to this lawyer mumbo-jumbo?
No, that's right. It's closer to Arc than fucking Pokemon. Like, legitimately, if you look at Arc and then you look at Palworld, if anyone's got a right to be like, wait a minute, can I sue? It'd be them, not fucking Nintendo.
So they basically have a 2-pronged like argument here. The first, I got a whole cheat sheet here, whole cheat sheet. Basically, they made me break out my high school debate skills in terms of creating a flowchart for argumentation. And
that's right. I got one here. It just says, are they retarded? Yes. Do they have brain damage? Yes. Should they go fuck themselves? Yes.
That's what it basically boils down to. And I mean, the first prong of the first prong argument is basically the patents are bullshit. That's what it boils down to. And that whole first patent, what they were mentioned there is that patent 1 is bullshit because here's a bunch of whole other games that also did this before this patent was issued. And since they're considered prior art, like this patent shouldn't have been issued. So like that's what they argue. And they're going to do patent 2 and patent 3. And if you go through, I mean, you can read all of it if you want, but patent 2 and 3 are almost the exact same thing for different elements and different patents. But they basically just spam a ton of different games and mods to be like, hey, all these other things do it too. So like, and they were prior art. So like they're excluded and we're prior art. So why shouldn't we be excluded?
All right. What were you going to say, John?
I mean, I can understand, anyone, including Nintendo, looking at Palworld in a very, surface level and saying, hey, that's a lot like Pokemon with guns, right? But then it's like when you get into the nitty gritty of this, a lot of this just comes off as eye rolling, hair splitting cringe. Where like there's some points being brought up, like when you have phrases like having a player input a command and then have the character perform an action, and are we really seriously fucking doing this? Like this is every single fucking game. In regard to Pocket Pair's defense, I mean they're bringing up some stuff where it's like yeah you should bring that up, and other stuff where it's just like nah dude, that's weak. Like the fact that Palworld runs on a computer and not a console. These things are all computers, including the Switch. It's a fucking CPU, GPU, RAM, storage. It's all this. It's essentially the same fucking shit. So that seems like a weak thing to bring up, but it seems like they're just gathering up all the defense that they can and just seeing what sticks, what forms a wall between them and Nintendo. And on Nintendo's part, it's like not only are a bunch of the patents that they're claiming are bullshit, but like like we were talking about before, I remember the timeline of the patents where it's just like it's like, why can you like go back and then claim that this is your thing now? Why are you just doing this now? You know what I mean? And also, like, where do you draw the line on this? Like, why didn't back when Final Fantasy came out, Nintendo or Square Enix file a patent on that basic framework of 3 characters on this side, 3 characters on that side, and then you have your command menu at the bottom? It's just like, if somebody had filed a patent on that and other people couldn't derive and innovate on that basic framework, it's like, where would we be now with RPGs? Like, you wouldn't get shit like Octopath Traveler or whatever, for instance.
Why aren't they coming after? Why aren't they coming after the Sonic racing game that's literally just a copy of Mario Kart that came out recently or coming out recently?
Yeah, as soon as you can patent these broad mechanics, then you incentivize a bunch of developers to start doing the same thing, retroactively or, against one another contemporarily. And then it just suffocates, derivation and innovation. And art always does this, man. Artists come along and they see like 2 things that existed before, and it's just like, oh, what if we combine them and did this thing? That it's not just with art too. That's with like inventions, appliances.
A lot of it as well is at least the impression I'm getting is they're kind of naming like some big industry, like well-known AAA games, and it's almost like baiting them, going, what are you going to say they're copying too? Like GTA example, going, you're going to go after GTA? Go on, I dare you.
Yeah.
If I'm copying you, then so is GTA.
Yeah,
try that. They'll fuck you up.
It does seem a big part of their defense is like, what about this? What about that? What about that?
In a way. So Nintendo and Pokemon Company, they basically have been like, here's all the autistically specific ways in which you are copying and infringing on our game's functions, et cetera, and just spam them with all these list of things. And now Palworld's decided to go tit for tat with them and just go the exact same route and be like, hey, here's all these games that also do that. And they were prior art too. So like, are you going to go after them? Like how are they excluded, but we're not excluded? Why are you not going after these guys, but you're coming after us? What is that? Where's all that lie?
They're trying to do the meme of being like, I'll go get my big bro, and big brother is Rockstar.
Right.
Rockstar Games and shit. Yep. But yeah, good luck with that, man.
This kind of really reeks of like Nintendo just being the big bully kid at the playground, and just pushing people around because I'm the biggest, I have the most money, and we just can. So too bad.
Could you imagine though if this works? If like again, going back to Rockstar, if Rockstar sees this and they're like, "Oh, really? Yeah, come on, try it with me, then, motherfucker."
Right? Yeah.
All right. Anyway, patent 2. Holy shit! In the second patent, Pocket Pair argues non-infringement concerning 2 of the 3 claims. The first claim, which references a game program, the Palworld developer defends itself by calling it a broad category and adding that it cannot be argued that Palworld is not a game program. In the second claim, which talks about having a first mode with a category of multiple capture items and a second mode with a category of various combat characters. Pocket Pair argues that Palworld doesn't do that and references an article from February 2025, which talks about Nintendo acquiring this patent for the purpose of using it against Pocket Pair. Yeah, now that's what you were saying, John. It's like you can't just fucking retroactively change how timelines work.
Right.
In another limitation for the second claim, Pocket Pair defends itself by stating the way Nintendo describes it must be a function that serves as a substitute for directional input. However, Palworld uses the LT button, which is not used to determine an aiming direction. See, like you said, this is just like really, we're getting like, how autistic do we want to get?
It's
Turning's
really
gonna be
splitting
not
hairs.
allowed.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Yeah, no, it's dumb, bro, because I just how can like you're comparing a survival game to what Pokemon is as well, right? And I know they said different genres can't really hold up in court or something. He said about that, and I'm like, well, it should, because that's just how fucking different they actually are. One's a survival game, which is completely fucking different to what Pokemon is, and you got all that, right? And then it's like, okay, this one has a couple of mechanics. If you want to go further, so end game arc, right? You can actually pick up your dinosaurs with like a ball type thing. That's way end game, right? And then you chuck it out, and that it's an easier way to travel them around. So do you want to go after arc as well? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, do you want to say that's a Pokeball?
Yeah, as dumb as this fucking argument is, it's like I don't blame Pocket Pair for bringing up these points if they're being forced into this fucking infantile argument where they have to defend themselves. Yeah, and it's they are bringing up some good shit here, where it's just like Nintendo is saying, "Oh, like we filed this patent on like establishing a vector for throwing a ball," and then it's like you decide the velocity. This is more in the recent games, especially the mobile games, I think. It's like you pick a direction and then you pick a velocity of how hard the ball is thrown. And then it's all like divided into phases where it's like there's the exploratory phase and then there's like a fade to black or whatever. And then we're in the combat capture phase. And then it's back to exploring. And then it's like there's trainer fights which don't involve capture. And Pocket Pair is saying, well, our game it makes all that seamless. It's not segregated into chunks. You're always in the overworld and you're always like, it never fades from one segment to another in like the employment of all these functions, you know, which is another good thing to bring up. Yeah,
with Palworld, as soon as you spawn in, you can go to any part you want. You're gonna get fucked up because the creatures are higher level and all that, but you can just go anywhere you want. It's not cut off like that. The Pokemon game is just fucking dumb, bro.
And there's been some argumentation too, whether or not like, oh, they're just kind of throwing things and seeing what sticks to the wall, or just coming out with all these arguments that like may or may not work, or some of them seem weak. But I think one thing that's kind of glazed over here is that for you to have, as far as what I'm reading, I think for something to violate a patent, it has to violate all elements of the patent. So that means that every part has to be violated for the patent to be violated. So if they're able to take down and say that this one element isn't violated, that means that the patent isn't violated. So they can win on just basically if there's 4 points brought up, they only have to defeat 1 point for it to not count.
Yeah, right. Which seems like they're going after like, at least on patent 2, it was like 3 out of 4, and on the other one it was like 4 out of 5.
Yeah, and they're basically being at this point at a macro level saying, you know, if you want to go line by line, we can go line by line. Like, we're not afraid to do that, which, you know, there's something to that, sticking up, you know, a smaller company sticking up to Nintendo, but, you know, whatever.
Oh, boy. Well, we still got patent free. We still hold that thought. Sorry, Moz. We got patent free. I think this is the last one, and then we'll go through the whole thing. In the third and final patent, Palworld developer argues non-infringement concerning 3 or 4 claims. The third patent concerns smooth switching between riding objects. The first claim concerns that selecting a boarding character and providing them with boarding instructions, which enables the character to board without any further input. Palworld defends itself against Nintendo's claim by stating that players cannot board a character in their game without using further input. In the fourth claim, Palworld stated that Nintendo's claim refers to flying characters that can be boarded. However, in Palworld, players cannot select such characters for the purpose of boarding them. So that's pretty much their big defense on all of that. All right, what were you going to say, Moz?
Well, I was going to say, I think maybe Sony is actually going to help them with all the deals that they're doing. So maybe it's going to be Sony and the Palworld developers versus Nintendo. I think because I'm willing to bet Sony will drop money for them, especially considering what they're going to be doing with them. Like all the rumors that, they're working together and doing a lot more than just a game now. It's going to be an actual
Well, not only that, this is one of the biggest games on Game Pass when it came out as well. So Microsoft will be like, hey, man, we got money. You can fuck these cunts. But then it's weird because Nintendo and Microsoft have deals as well. So it all gets pretty finicky. But with all that's gone over, man, the one concern I have about this is when it comes to going petty autism for petty autism, no one's got Nintendo beat. No one can beat Nintendo at that. So if this does go to court and Palworld's bringing up, all these claims as their counter defense, and then Nintendo could be like, all right, well, we'll just go spend another $100 million on lawyers and come up with some other bullshit because fuck you. That's why. Yeah. And that's where it's going to become a bit of a just resource them out.
Again, I think that bringing up the number of button inputs is if Nintendo is going to initiate this retarded exchange, that is another important thing to bring up, where it's like, okay, if we're going to talk about how our functions differ between your game and mine, it's like we require you to press such and such button this many times before this thing happens. That is a significant thing to bring up, right? So that proves it's not exactly the same function.
And the dumb thing is, if they start winning, you know what's going to end up happening? These other companies are going to look at Nintendo and go, wait a minute, that's like my game, and then fuck them.
Hey, Nintendo's setting trends again, just like they do in pricing now.
Yeah.
This is why it's actually so expensive. They just want the money to sue people. They don't care about gaming anymore.
And how far back do you go with this, man? Take something like Asteroids, which is a more copied framework than there's more. If you were to make a case of how a bunch of games ripped off Asteroids, you could make a greater case there than with this, right? But obviously no one did that with Asteroids because it's fucking stupid fundamentally, right? It's like you got shit like Geometry Wars coming out relatively recently, which is basically the same thing. You're like a thing running around shooting things on a 2D space, and it's
imagine if tennis sued Pong.
Right? Yeah.
So what you're saying, John, is Atari is about to make a fuck ton of money.
We're so back. Yeah. We are so
Atari's back, baby. Yeah, they're back.
We've never been this back.
The two parties are just so caught up in the intricacies of this, and Nintendo is not thinking well, where do we draw the line broadly around this entire issue? Because it's so muddy. I think they look really stupid here.
This whole thing to me is just brain damage, dude. It's
Nintendo stupid. Being Nintendo.
Yeah, it's the most Nintendo thing. One of the most fucking Nintendo things I've ever seen, man. It's fucking retarded, dude. Oh man!
If this was between one indie developer and another, and not some titan against a little guy, they'd probably be like, "Oh wow, that's an interesting spin on what we were doing, huh? Cool." They'd probably be applauding each other,
Dude, if Nintendo win here, you know how many fucking survival games are about to get fucked?
Well, I see Extra Zero in the chat bringing up examples. That's the thing about this case. Is anyone can think of, without even putting effort into it, anyone can think of a dozen examples.
Is Marvel Rivals going to sue? Is NetEase going to sue Activision Blizzard for Overwatch Stadium?
Yeah. How where do you want to go with this? Where does this end?
Yeah, once you set a legal precedent for something like this, you can go anywhere. Then there's going to be a shitload of lawsuits.
Yeah, it's gonna be fucking dumb.
You know what? Fuck it. Let them win.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens.
I want to see all the lawsuits. I want to see Overwatch sue Marvel Rivals for being shit. I want to see I want to go way back. Fucking the old shooter games still in COD because their shooting mechanics. Let's go real fucking dumb with this shit.
Law,
He
hit
will
me out.
definitely push innovation.
Lawsuit battle royale.
Yep, it's all of them. It's all the boys. Activision,
It's the boys.
fucking. You got
Instead of where we dropping, it's who are we suing?
All the
Those
characters are
boys.
lawyers, and then they'll get sued because they'll be like, "You're copying Hunter x Hunter." So
Nah, fuck that. Then Minecraft will fucking sue because Hunger Games, baby. It's gonna be bad. One company be suing one company, but then one company will realize, wait, they're a copy of us though, and then sue them. So there's gonna be like 20 lawsuits actually combined together, and then it's just gonna be, it's gonna be bad, bro. And then that company's gonna realize, wait, if that company's suing for them because they're a copy of them, but they're a copy of us, that means we can also sue them. So then it's gonna be like, it's gonna be awful.
And at the end of the day, everybody sues Lethal.
That's right.
What was the first ever video game? Because that
Pong.
boy is about to make a lot of money.
Pong.
Whoever owns
Pong,
the rights
yeah.
to Pong,
Yeah.
is
No, the
about
Pong's
to make
going to be sued by tennis.
shit.
Pong was
Tennis-
Pong was the first super popular home console game. People would probably argue Space War was the thing that it was on like some college computer before consoles were like a home commodity, you know.
Oh man, what a world!
Oh,
And that was
Anyway,
basically like asteroids. So
well, there you go. So they're going to sue them,
yeah.
and then outer space is going to sue them. Go, well, you're just a copy of us. Go, we wiped out the fucking dinosaurs, so fuck you. I'm going to sue you. And then dinosaurs are going to be like, yeah, but this fucking chicken's just a rip-off of me.
A massive circular firing squad of lawsuits, and then everybody
Yes.
suffers because nothing new or cool or innovative is coming out.
Oh,
As
it's
long as
gonna
they
be
continue
so
to pay
good.
taxes.
Well, then we can sue taxes because you can tax people in Ark.
yeah,
This doesn't end.
tax it.
And
like,
then, and
what's
then it becomes meta. Who created the lawsuit?
then
and we
'cause you
sue
can
them.
sue them for copying the lawsuit. Yeah.
It just does not fucking end. All right, now we got some super chats to catch up on. But first, I haven't asked in a while. I try to ask on the first stream of the week. But what's everyone been playing over the weekend? Boba, you were pretty busy over Easter, were you? So I'm
I
assuming
got some game time in though.
What did you play, motherfucker?
I picked up a cheap version of RoboCop Rogue City. Actually, been getting into that. I actually really like it. It doesn't waste your fucking time. That's the best thing I can say about it. And I've been playing Stellaris because Stellaris is my game where I just want to chill out and I got an hour before I have to go to bed, so just put that up.
What about you, John? I saw you've been playing Lies of P a bit more.
Yeah, I'm doing my new game plus run on the weekends when I'm streaming. But other than that, I'm working and editing so much, I just do really quick pick up and play games. I'm doing UFO 50, where it's like a compilation of old retro style games on a fictional console. And what's the other one? Vampire Survivors. I always fire up to play that.
Yeah, I love Vampire Survivors.
That shit's great.
That shit goes hard, man.
Great pick up and play game. Yeah.
Yeah.
No bullshit.
The problem with that game, I played it a little bit over the weekend as well. It's I'll play for 30 minutes. And you're sitting there 2 hours later. I should probably go to bed. What about you, Moz, you piece of shit?
I played some more of that RuneScape, and I'm replaying Little Nightmares 1. Getting ready for Little Nightmares 3.
It's a good one, yeah.
Hey, I finished AI Limit. Oh, it's so good.
Didn't play that one.
Good. I love it. I love it. The fact that IGN gave that game a 5. I know it's easy to dunk on IGN because they're fucking gay, but 5, them giving that a 5 is just, that's got to be one of their worst reviews ever, man. That is fucking criminal, man.
They gave it to some D-level guy at their company who doesn't understand video games and
he had a fucking stroke halfway through it because there was too many lights.
Nah, it's really fucking
Where's the
good,
build
man.
mode in this?
Oh, dude, I just realized the Souls fucking people, they can have fun.
Every indie game.
Yeah.
And speaking of Souls, I played Lords of Fallen 2.0. I played it for 4 hours.
Fuck that game.
Holy shit, it's entirely different. It might as well be a new game. It might as well be a new fucking game, man. It's actually good.
Yeah,
I
I saw
don't
it.
believe
It looked good.
I don't believe I'm saying it. It's actually good. Just because I had a level 84 character when the game was shit, so I fucking played it.
Yeah.
I deleted that character, started again. I'm like, fuck, it's a whole. Oh man, I can't wait to fucking get into the nitty gritty with it, man. Can't wait to get into the nitty gritty and fucking get my autistic video out on it because, they did well. They did really fucking well, man, with that. It took 2 years and over 50 updates and a full 2.0, but they put out a good game.
I saw the developer. He posted on Twitter like a picture of like 10,000 like concurrent players or whatever they were on it or something. I think I saw that.
I think it definitely passed 10K. I think it might
I'm probably
actually
out of date.
I think it might actually have gotten closer to like 12K or something like that. Oh, okay. No, my mistake. It was just under. It hit 11K. It hit 11K. It was 10,000 as of an hour ago, man.
Yeah.
I can't believe it, man. This is like a new what's the shitty spaceship one? No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Souls like No Man's Sky. Yeah.
But
No, I mean in terms of redemption, sorry.
Well, if you're saying everything you're saying is they actually made a good game, whereas No Man's Sky people are just on cope. No Man's Sky is still dog shit.
Fair enough.
It was a little empty sometimes, it feels. I've
still-
played it a few times, but
It's still very fucking empty.
it feels like
all the cool stuff that they added and said refilled the game is end game stuff. So you have to go through all the boring shit of like 80 hours of shit, and then it's like, okay, now you can have 5 hours of fun.
sounds like me with Starfield, where I got Starfield and I was like, this is boring as shit. Then I keep re-downloading Starfield like every 6 months. I'm like, maybe it's better now. No, still shit. Still shit.
Oh man, but no, I'm actually thoroughly like AI limit. Great. It's got one of my favorite boss fights in fucking a long time towards the end as well. I'm pretty sure I got the bad ending of the game because for me, the game ended with them being like, hey, yo, we're going to wipe out humanity so you can go join them for the last 20 seconds of your life. And then it's just the end. I'm like, oh, Gucci.
Oh, cool.
We're so keno in this motherfucker, man. But it had some wicked ass fucking boss fights. But yeah, Lords of Fallen 2.0, I'm thoroughly impressed with that. Good shit. Speaking of good shit, Jesus Christ, hello. With a $5. Why are you spending money here? That's it. I'm suing Melanie Mack for infringing on the dry ass cave I immersed. Oh my gosh. That's a wild statement.
Does he have a lot of disposable income now that he like inherited from Pope Francis or something? Like, why is he here?
That's nuts. Thank you very much. Then we have Joker Moz with a $5. It's for you, Moz.
Come on. Love. Yeet. Word. Love. Come on. Yeet. Dot. You know, that's the first time I've seen a WWE press conference and I got brain damage. Dot. Yeah, that sounds like clickbait. Next one.
Yeah, it's
Next
fucking
super
no,
chat.
dude. Yeah, I saw
Next
that
super
one.
chat.
I saw that. That's a clickbait question. It's like, what the
That's
fuck
a
does that
clickbait.
even mean?
That's clickbait, dude. Next
It's
one.
WWE. The whole thing's fucking clickbait.
No, dude, that's clickbait. Next fucking super chat.
And Triple H on cope and all that before WrestleMania, being like, if you go watch a movie and you enjoy it, you enjoy it. But if you go watch a movie and then have to tell people what you liked about it and what you didn't like, you watch it differently. And everyone's looking at him being like, nah.
That's clickbait.
Nah, Kakarot, that's not how that works.
That's what he should have done. He also should have done that. It's clickbait. That's clickbait.
Speaking of making people angry and copiums, Moz. I'm going to read. Actually, I'm going to get John to read these words out to you, and then you're going to tell me how you feel about this.
Netflix reportedly working on Blizzard series after fumbling Overwatch and Diablo shows.
Long story short, they want to have another swing at doing an Overwatch show because they fucked it up.
Yeah. That's funny as fuck. If anyone could fumble it, it would be Netflix and Blizzard. So now you got Netflix and Blizzard. So you got two fumblings happening.
It's Fumble City.
Talking about the game fucking up, right? Because it didn't sell very well.
Well, so I think they were working on an Overwatch TV series, and it was kind of meant to tie. Yeah, so it was meant to tie in to the campaign. Campaign never happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I'm assuming what they want to do now is tell the story, but through Netflix, right? Because they've probably seen all the success from. Do you remember? I know a lot of people didn't like it, but the ones that they did like were reviewed a lot. Remember the game animated series? And they did
Secret
like
Level?
Yeah, Secret Level.
Oh yeah.
I know there's a lot of bad ones from that, but the ones that they did like, people liked, got watched a lot. So I think they want to have a crack at that, but a full series. And Blizzard's known for their their scenes, right?
Yeah, their animations are pretty good, like their trailers and stuff.
Their best. That's the best fucking part of that game. So that's what kept Overwatch alive for so long. Is just like
the pornography
and the porn. Yeah. So I could see them wanting to do a TV show, but it's like, how about we get the campaign?
No.
I want the campaign.
So are we about to say something, both?
Well, I guess I could say something. Yeah, I wasn't really, but yeah, I had something in my mind. So yeah, this further is just another thing that further goes to show superheroes are kind of moving to the wayside while video game adaptations are on the rise. And
yeah,
I think Netflix, whether it's streaming, whether it's Hollywood, whatever, they've resigned to the fact that game adaptations are not going to be the land rush that superheroes were. They're going to be a gold rush because, land rushes, you had a certain amount of land, everybody rushed it, claimed their bit of land, and they made money off of it. Gold rushes, a lot of you were going to fail, and it wasn't likely that you're going to be successful. This is more like a gold rush or video game adaptations because there's going to be a lot of shit video game adaptations, just like there's already been a lot of shit video game adaptations, and a lot of them are going to fail. But when they strike, they're going to strike absolute gold. They're going to make a ton of money. And they know this because Minecraft movie, Super Mario Brothers movie, all these other movies and TV shows that are coming out that have actually been hits that people are interested in, that think they look cool. And I'm going to be a little conspiratorial right now and say that Secret Level was a bit of a water testing for Amazon or whoever put that out to be like, how much interest is there in television and animated television of these video game franchises and maybe doing that. Because I think, what was it? The Pac-Man series is maybe getting made that's based off of that version, that weird ass version of Pac-Man. So I think that was water testing a little bit, and you're going to see a lot more series, a lot more video game movies. And I think they've resigned to the fact that you're going to strike out and strike out hard, but when you hit, it's going to counterbalance a lot. And they got to have something to replace superheroes. The superheroes are on the way out.
Didn't they do the Fallout show though? Amazon Prime had the Fallout show, and as much as I trash on it, it was successful.
Yeah.
I really much agree with that assessment. It's a new, interesting terrain. It isn't like before. Like with superheroes, for example, with every superhero character, you have baked into it these storytelling archetypes, the hero's journey, that type of thing. With video games, very little of them were ever meant to be, have an emphasis on story or ever be made into a movie, right? But there's certain properties in video games. I mean, The Last of Us is probably like the one of the most recent successful examples because it was so story driven as a game to begin with. But then you have shit like Mario where it's just like, can we do this? Can we make this into like a feature film And they did manage to find a way to do it, and they struck gold with it, right? Like you were saying.
I will
And
say
then they get the easiest things in the world, like Halo, which has decades of lore already written.
Yeah.
And then just fuck it up.
because they feel like they have to do when there's a specific story that's written, they feel like they have to do something different to differentiate it from the games. But in reality, most people, especially the people who are fans of the games, if you just put what the game is on the screen, they're going to be satisfied. And the people who don't know the story, they're going to be satisfied too because they don't know. So they get to experience something new. And also, like, I mean, there are certain situations where, like, you are going to get that bump from having the first thing. Like, the Mario movie did absolutely phenomenal financially. The story wasn't that great. It didn't really have that much to offer to it. It rode a lot of the success on being Mario, right? And being a Mario movie. The second movie that comes out actually has to be good, actually has to have a story. And you get this in gaming even too. I mean, Hogwarts Legacy, there are people like my wife, not a gamer at all. She played Hogwarts Legacy because she's a super Harry Potter fan. I know a lot of people who wanted to play Hogwarts Legacy because they were super Harry Potter fans. They wanted that immersive experience of getting their Harry Potter fix and going to Hogwarts and et cetera, et cetera. The story in Hogwarts Legacy, I think we can all agree, absolutely terrible, forgettable. That really goes to the point that their sequel game, they can't rely on just being a Harry Potter game. They got to have actual something substantive in that game in terms of story, characters, etc.
I think an interesting case study of what to do and what not to do in this area is like looking at the Mario movie, the recent one, and the one in the 1990s with Bob Hoskins, where like in that one they tried to like exclude all the specific ways the game functions, right? And it's just like, how do we just take the story elements and do something with this? And then they do this weird story where it's like, long ago there were dinosaurs and they were buried in the earth or something like that, lizard peep koopas, whatever the fuck. And then it's like you try and like put everything from the game in a believable context and exclude the mechanics of it, and it just ends up coming out really weird. I actually like it in a funny bad sort of way, but in the case of the new one, it's like they actually integrated the way the game mechanically performs in an interesting way, like the way, you know, Mario bangs blocks and he gets items and he uses those items and they're plot points, you know. And I think the story, I agree, wasn't that great, but it did at least have a functional framework by making it about a story about the two brothers sort of getting along in the real world with their family and stuff. I thought that sort of came together by the end in an acceptable way.
It's male Frozen.
Right.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
But this goes on to say that it's going to be a Blizzard IP that's going to get a Netflix show. And they go on to say throughout that they're pretty sure it's Overwatch, but there's also StarCraft is thrown out there as well, but they think it's Overwatch, which
they might want to do
fuck
StarCraft to compete with the Warhammer.
Yeah, Amazon's Warhammer.
Yeah, they might want to do StarCraft to be like, yo, bitch, like, yo, what's up? You know what I mean?
Flop their dick on the table.
Yeah, good luck with that, though. Good luck with that one. The safe bet's Overwatch. The safe bet's Overwatch. But even then, you're like, really? How's that going to work? You know? Well,
you know, the dumb thing is, Overwatch, it could be a TV series. It's just I don't trust Netflix and I don't trust Blizzard to actually write a good story and to get it through, because the lore and stuff of Overwatch carried Overwatch for a long while. Those cuts, those videos, that's what drove a lot of people into it. And they could do it on they could do a fucking series about just young Genji and Hanzo, right? And I'd be fucking there for it. Just learn about more of their backstory, right? Just them in like there's a lot. I want to learn about young Mercy. Like realistically, if they wanted to, they could do a whole all these series on all the characters, but they're just all shit. They're too dumb.
Live action because it's Netflix.
If we get to see Widowmaker, yeah, right.
Based on what I know about Overwatch, it would seem if you're going to adapt Overwatch to a series, it would be like an anthology thing, kind of like Secret Level, where it's like each episode is dedicated to a character, because that's kind of how the narrative content in the games work, right? Like there's not really a broad story that goes somewhere in the game in Overwatch, because it's all ultimately just about getting all these characters in an arena and fighting endlessly, right? But they all have their own backstory, and all those cutscenes are really well done. So just turn those into fleshed out episodes, basically, I would think is the way to go.
Well, one last thing to bring up before we move on. In regards to what we were all saying about how superheroes are done, video game adaptations are the next thing. There's still talk, and this is all just rumor, speculation type shit, but there is still talk of that Elden Ring adaptation. Now, said it before, Zayt again, that is never going to work. The only way you could do something like that is if you make it like Silmarillion.
Yeah.
But even that doesn't work as like the Silmarillion, you can't adapt into a movie. It's just kind of all over the fucking place. It's just, here's Gandalf.
Supposed to be the Bible of Middle Earth.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
It's an anthology of stories that none of them really connect that much. So
it's just paragraphs of, hey, you want to know why Gandalf's such a gangster? Here you fucking go, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to be
That's
honest.
not going to work.
The only reason why I want it to happen is so George R. Martin gets yelled at more and he can have a sook again and be like, this book is the end of my life. It's my curse.
I think that
famous is a curse.
I have a conspiracy theory about that. I think that the book is supposed to end the same way the show ended, and that was a test run for the ending of his book, and everybody hated it, and he doesn't want to rewrite it. He knows people are going to hate it, so he has it set up to release after he dies. So when he dies and it releases, nobody can get mad at him.
No, it's
he gets done already.
Yeah, no, I can't jump into that. It'll be a whole. I need a whole episode for that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go watch our Game of Thrones podcast, which is called "Swatting at Dogs." Not to be confused. Oh, that reminds me, Gronking Plus is still on track to launch at the end of the month. By the way.
Yay!
No, you're not going to be happy.
I've actually got to speak with everyone about that after.
It's actually the most dog shit fucking thing.
I got an idea to make it even worse.
I'm ashamed of what this is.
And then we have Joker Moz with a $5. It's for you, Moz.
Word. So what you're saying, Lethal, it's Mozza is now, and he runs the entire media industry. For real. We didn't see y'all beat AI 11, so it doesn't count.
Fuck you, it counts. I beat it. I fucking, there was one boss fight I was stuck on for like an hour and I was raging. But
where's the video?
The Steam might still have it. You'll have to wait a month or so for the AI limit video, all right, motherfucker? But no, yes, Moz is now, and I did beat it. Time to dip?
No, I was just meaning your time.
You gotta ask Paul Heyman. You gotta look at his watch like CM Punk did, because that ended so well.
All right. I think we got a bit of time left for you. We'll get through this one. We're going to talk about Marathon, because over the weekend, Marathon did something which is actually a dub. Yeah, I know. Boo lethal. But Marathon actually did something that is a dub.
He's coping.
Agreed.
He's coping.
So originally, Marathon was putting up their closed alphas under NDAs, right? Which means you weren't allowed. People that had it weren't allowed to stream it. They weren't allowed to talk about it or anything like that. And they've walked it back. They've said like, nah, you can stream it and you can talk about it now. This is a bit of okay. This is not me saying the game's gonna be good or anything like that. This is just them. Like, I can respect this being more open and honest about it. The fact that you're gonna have people be able to talk about it openly, and then from there, you can figure out for yourself who's shilling, who's coping, who's being honest, who's just hating for the sake of hating. Whatever it is, okay? But now it's all going to be out in the open. And more importantly than that, we'll be able, and by we, I mean everyone in the world, will be able to actually see people playing it themselves, all right? Which means we're going to get a better idea of it, okay? I'm still standing by it's fucking going to suck donkey cock at it, or it's just going to be fucking gay as fucking shit. But now it's going to be more transparent about it, all right? And in regards to what people are asking about the pricing, don't know, but all signs are pointing to that USD $40, which is a bold fucking move. And we'll see how that plays out for them, all right? Let me just read out a little bit of here. We'd like to start this update with a big thank you to everyone who has joined us in the Marathon community or signed up for the alpha since our reveal showcase last weekend. As developers, we believe community feedback and dialogue is essential to make the best version of Marathon. Up until now, this feedback has come from closed playtest sessions. In the spirit of building towards the future, that's going to be funny as fuck because your future is being completely owned by Sony. We've decided to remove the NDA from the closed alpha test. Everyone can share their thoughts, feedback, and footage, including streaming starting April 23rd. Oblivion Remake laughs at that, okay? So this is everything in here. So yes, the importance of dialogue. Keeping an open dialogue is the crucial part of the alpha and beyond. We've been tracking several topics since the reveal. Oh boy. And we're looking forward to seeing and hearing your feedback as you play the alpha. After the closed alpha test ends, we'll be summarizing the major things we heard, our thoughts, and what comes next. If you haven't already, blah, 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 get on the Discord and all that type of stuff. So, yeah, I think that's a bit of a dub, just being more open and honest. But sometimes it's okay to hide your shit.
I agree, Lethal. This is a W for them. I think that this should have been the case already. Like, I don't think you should ever put NDAs on this kind of thing to begin with. I mean, not only is it in the interest of players to get a better idea of what the game is going to be like, but it's also in their interest in regard to valuable data collection. Like, if they are really incentivized to like gather as much data as possible and fix all the issues, you want to put it out there maximally to get everyone reacting to it and talking about it. You know, not just a closed group, a sample group who might be biased towards kissing your ass, you know, because they gave you an invite to play it.
I see where all you are coming from. I understand that. I accept that. I also believe that the thing that played way more into them doing this, other than the transparency and letting everybody know, like, see and everything like that, this is a face-saving move. This is, we had our little gameplay expo, right? It was shit. Everything looked like shit. People were trolling us. People were laughing at us. They think our game is the next Concord. That word's being thrown out there, which is a panicky word. So this is us saying, oh, no, listen. Now we're going to remove our NDA. You guys can see it. We're going to be transparent. You guys can see everything. Like, you're going to see the development and all that. By the way, in this whole thing here, they mentioned several times, this is an alpha build, guys. This is alpha build. It's not full gameplay yet. It's not our fully developed game yet. We got a long ways to go. You know what you need to do in this development? You need to take a Sonic the Hedgehog movie sledgehammer to the look of this game and rebuild the entire look from the ground up. And then maybe you will have a game that people will be interested in. Because above all else, you know, whenever I analyze, especially new IPs that are going mostly off of trailers to sell their games to people, like, who buys games off of trailers? It's mostly going to be normies. It's mostly normie gamers. And this was a game in a genre that's supposed to appeal to hardcore gamers that was meant to be more normie friendly. They were supposed to appeal to normies. And they do that through their trailers and this gameplay expo and everything. But what they showed was ugly and didn't really look like what it's supposed to be. Looked more like an arena shooter. Looked more like a very futuristic Modern Warfare, Call of Duty bullshit than it did an actual extraction shooter. So, yeah, this.
All right,
this
let me counter your counter. Okay, face-saving move, sure, but still a good one, and one that's going to be in the benefit of everyone. Maybe not them, but still in the benefit of everyone else.
Yeah, I mean, like I said at the beginning, I accept that, but I don't think they were doing this just because they were trying to be good guy, Mr. Company, like trying to give you insight into the behind the scenes.
Probably
I think they
not.
did this just to save face.
Probably not, but whatever their reasons are, the fact that there's going to be more to look at also means there's going to be more to potentially criticize.
That's true.
What are you going to say, Moz bitch ass motherfucker?
I'm not giving them shit. You know what? You want my praise? You make a goddamn good game, bitch.
I think regarding the game itself, I think I'm an outsider here. I'm really not sore on it. I don't think it looks that bad. I think what it's guilty of is just being more of the same. I wanted something more interesting from Bungie.
More than I do.
Not only in terms of gameplay, but also like a compelling single player narrative. But it seems like they're just going for a thing that's like, it's got some interesting lore behind it, but it's basically just about this repetitive gameplay loop that they can turn into a live service, whatever the fuck, season pass.
Oh, yeah.
Bullshit
they already are.
thing.
One thing that I haven't seen be talked about, and I wish Nazma was here so I could ask him about it, because we even forgot to ask him. How the fuck are they going to have a ranked mode? I want more details on how an extraction ranked mode works.
See, I think...
How long can you go?
Little brothers, right? I think they need to go the fucking Sonic route, but I would take it a step further than what he said with just upgrading making the art look better. I'd say rebuild the fucking game into a battle royale. I honestly, like, everything I saw looked like more of a battle royale arena shooter type thing. So I think they should have gone down that route. And you know what? I think if it was a battle royale or arena, I don't think people would be shitting on it as hard. I think people would actually be kind of hyped right now. Seeing that gunplay, knowing what Bungie's gunplay feels like and all that, I think people would look past the art style and be like, you know what? I just want to fucking shoot. I just want a game that feels good. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
And I would say, and I'm going to close on this because I got to go, but this might be a case, and I've made this before in videos and stuff, this might be a case where you have a Fortnite situation. Where Fortnite, if anybody remembers really old Fortnite, released as like a tower defense game.
Shit, zombies.
Yeah, nobody played that. Then they had their Battle Royale mode. Everybody started playing that. Now Fortnite, completely different game. The one way I see this thing being maybe a success is if it releases as one thing, people play it as something completely different, and then that's what it becomes.
All right, on your way out, man, do you want to show your shit?
Yeah. So anybody who hasn't seen me before, I'm Lord Botha. You can find me at Lord Botha Memes a lot on here on YouTube, also on Twitter. I got a Twitter account too. Post funny memes, troll people, things like that. But start fights, endless fights. Yeah, you can check me out there. I make videos basically covering games industry, Hollywood, TV shows, all that pop culture stuff. Sometimes get into the culture war stuff. Not a whole lot of that. Try to stay out of that, but sometimes.
All right, and thank you for joining us. And on your way out, I will play this for you, okay? I give you Stone Cold crashing at WrestleMania 41 being cut out of the official WWE footage. Then they cut it out.
What?
That's so sad.
Man. Why would they cut that out? That's gold.
That is gold. Dude, you got the bitch doing a better fucking
She was selling
than all the wrestlers that night, dude. She had the best sell of the night.
What? I crashed my bike. What?
Doesn't even hit the part that she's standing at. Fucking flies backwards.
Okay, now here we fucking go, motherfuckers. Let me go ahead and bring everything over to this one because it's time to get spicy in this bitch. First, oh no, oh no, I didn't. All right, cool. I thought maybe my PC froze. I was about to scream at a motherfucker. First, we got to talk about this part here. So, yes, we're talking about Oblivion. But right now, we have this. Why is Boss Hog saying I didn't even fucking watch it?
Because you didn't.
I watched it with you.
You didn't. You went there.
WrestleMania.
Yeah, my PC's frozen. The internet's crashing. I can see it crashing.
You fucking dumb bitch.
Oh.
Is he going? He's going.
Yeah, he's
Fucking
frozen.
dickhead.
Yeah.
Give me 1 sec. Little internet no hickey bitch. Shit. Fucking dirty rat. Are you excited for Oblivion tonight? My night, your tomorrow, I believe. Are you excited for it or no?
I'll check out the video on it. Sure, I'm interested, but like I was underwhelmed with Oblivion when it came out in 360 enough where I was just like, ugh. Like it was a beautiful game, but I think they overdid it on shit like the bloom and stuff. I thought that was a bit overkill. The thing that ruined it for me was traveling on your horse, because of the way the world loads in chunks, and the game wants you to ride the horse like across the terrain. It's like every 5 seconds it would stop and load the next thing. And I'm just like, dude, if you're going to have horse traversal in this game, you got to figure out a different way of loading the world, because this is not working. I don't know why you fucking released it in this state. It's intolerable, you know?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully that won't happen with the remake. But honestly, I'm hoping it comes on Game Pass, if I'm being honest. I don't want to pay $400 for it. I just kind of want to play it, because I will say Avowed really let me down in terms of that type of game, right? And because Avowed is literally dog shit, and I mean dog shit. Fucking Skyrim. It's literally Skyrim in every single worst way. So if this game can fucking be just a better Oblivion than back in the day, I'll be happy. Honestly, I just want that type of game again.
Yeah. Wow. Sorry, man. Did you want to say something, Lethal? Now that you're back.
No, you go first.
Okay.
Well, you go first. All right, actually, there is one thing I want to make fun of. Boss Hog out here having a fucking meltdown because PlayStation is putting out fucking Marathon, and everyone's hating on Nintendo for selling the prices. So somehow this is Microsoft's fault. What? All right, go on.
Nah, he's yelling at the fucking 360 because Oblivion's apparently dog shit.
Well, I was just saying, like, when Oblivion came out on 360, the thing that really sort of irked me was the horse traversal and the way the world loads in every fucking 5 seconds when you're riding your horse around. I was like, why the fuck would you do it this way? Like, don't even have the horse if this is how you're going to make the world load in. And, like, there's just, like, frame rate issues and too much bloom and shit. And just, like, weird shit like that kid with the yellow hair that fucking follows you around, the super fan or whatever.
I don't diss my boy.
There's too many odd...
doing a voice.
Oh, wow, okay.
He put himself in the game, damn it. It was a self-insert. Todd Howard was the first person to do a self-insert. We just didn't see it.
But those reasons are what makes me actually interested in this Oblivion remake. If you're going to remake one of the Elder Scrolls, I mean, some people would argue that you should have done Morrowind because that's like the more favored one out of the whole series. But if Oblivion is more technically flawed, I think that actually merits it to be the one to be remade, you know, with modern tech.
And I reckon with what's going on with the remakes is they'll do this Oblivion, then they'll do like because you got the Fallout 3 one coming out as well, and I personally don't think they'll remake Fallout 2, so I don't know what they'll do. Hopefully they'll remake Vegas, I don't know, but I reckon they'll go back again with the Elder Scrolls series, because I think we'll get 2 remakes before we get the next actual game in the series.
You think they're going to do Resident Evil style, remake a new one?
Well, well, kind of, but I think we'll get 2 remakes before we get the new game, because they'll do remakes of these ones and they'll have these other companies do it for them so they can work on the newer ones. So then the fans are still happy. And with Fallout, dude, I mean, fuck me. Fallout 3 and Vegas are not playable on PC. Have fun.
3 is shocking, man. Like, as bad as Vegas is, Free is fucking cooked, man. But Oblivion is in a weird position because if this remaster has no jank, if it runs well, we're all going to be pissed off. Going, what the fuck, man? This is running too well. I don't like it. But if it's broken, we're going to be like, are you serious? Did you just put out a fucking broken remake?
So I'm I did not play a lot of Oblivion. One thing I'm worried about was for normies is, does Oblivion have dragons? No,
I don't remember there being dragons.
I don't know if normies will latch onto it then, because that's why normies really latched onto Skyrim was it's a fucking dragon, kill it. And I mean that's why they latched on the Game of Thrones. That's why they latched on the House of Dragons, right? So I'm gonna be curious if normies actually like this one, because without Big Dragon, a lot of people just don't care about that. It's got
more Daedra, though. It does have more Daedra.
Yes, but people like us will like that shit, right? But the normies, they just fucking, dragon, I want to fight dragon.
See, this is why Bethesda just said, let's just randomly put Brotherhood of Steel where they don't fucking belong because they look cool and everyone will be happy. Oh, look at the big fucking robot. That's cool. I have questions. Shut up. It looks cool. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's legitimately why they do those things, because normies, to catch a normie's attention, you need to kind of do kind of dumb shit like that. Like, it's the Brother of Steel. Oh, okay, greatest thing ever. Like you know what I mean? Like look at Fortnite, dude. That's literally how Fortnite.
I don't know. Like one thing though, like the Oblivion gates are pretty fucking cool. So that might grab people's attention. Right? But really quick, the first thing I want to talk about with this is Sky Oblivion. They've been putting out consistent updates about how everything that's going on. They did that interview where they said so far there's been no takedown. And over the weekend, they did do one saying, hey, we're still on track and we're still planning to release this year. They put out this big statement basically being like, hey, we are excited for the Oblivion remake. We want to give it a go. Long story short, they're saying it's going to be good that people are going to have both. You're going to have the option to play the official Oblivion remake or Sky Oblivion. And what I'm looking forward to, me personally, I'm looking forward to the comparisons because they've been working on Sky Oblivion for over a fucking decade. They've been working on this one, man.
Imagine if this ends up being better.
Oh, that'd be wild.
Crazy. Like better graphics, better mechanics. Because you got to remember, the Oblivion, their combat is apparently a little bit like the Souls games now with the parry and all that.
That's one of the rumors in regards to the changes that's going on. It's not, and just to clarify before everyone goes, what the fuck? It's not going to be a Souls game. It's just going to have more Soul-style combat, which I'm totally fucking fine with because all Elder Scrolls combat is fucking shit.
It's literally just somewhat block.
Yeah. I mean, some would argue that it was superior in the Morrowind days when it was all based on dice rolls rather than just like visually making contact with the sword. I mean, it is pretty basic, but I like that. I prefer that actually, where it's just like if I swing my sword and I see it make contact with the enemy in a 3D sort of first person game, like I want it to deal damage. I don't want to be fucking victim to a random roll. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh man, I see we got some gifted memberships. Thank you very much. We will get to that because the next thing with this is, oh man, believe it or not, Elder Scrolls and Bethesda actually officially acknowledged that this is real.
They shouldn't have done it. They shouldn't have done it. They should have done a video where it was Todd Howard coming out and it's a fucking case of Skyrim for the Switch 2 and then it cuts to the Oblivion trailer. That's how they should have done it.
One of the best videos I've seen is this dude being like, I got leaked Oblivion footage. And it looks pretty fucking real, right? He's loading up the game, Oblivion, the music, and then it just cuts to, hey, you're finally awake.
I hope, dude, it's either that, how I announced it, or they have to do a thing where at the end of this, it cuts to Skyrim at the start. Hey, you're finally awake, and act like it was a dream, and then just don't release Oblivion.
This image goes fucking hard, man.
Yeah, it looks fucking
pretty
amazing.
cool, yeah.
Yep. No, I agree. This looks fucking sick. This is what I want in this type of fucking game. I want to feel like the world is actually going to fucking end if we don't win. Like Avowed, I didn't feel like that. I was just like, okay,
No, that was a fucking gay cartoon.
yeah, I want to. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. We're gonna be watching this, aren't we?
Yes, we are going to stream this, chat. We are actually going to stream this. I don't know. This might only be like a 5-minute thing. For all I know, this will just be a 5-minute stream where they just go, it's out right now.
God, Howard just
Or
walked out.
maybe,
Fuck
or
off and play
maybe,
it.
or maybe it's going to be, it's not, yeah, we're working on it. I don't know why you guys thought it was coming out today, though. We'll see you in 6 months. It could, I don't fucking know. It could be that. Could be that, man.
Dude, that would be funny as fuck. It's not coming out. If you imagine it, Todd just sits down and goes, "No, working on Oblivion. What is this?" That would actually be his Skyrim too. His Skyrim on the Switch too, though.
But it does look like, from everything we've seen, it does look like they're going to do this. This is just going to be an announcement trailer and say it's out. It also looks like it's going to be on Game Pass, which I think is just a given.
So.
And it's going to go straight to Steam. It's going to go to PlayStation, everything, blah, 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 blah. And it looks like it's going to be 120 gigs. Yeah. Originally, this game was like 6 gigs.
Dude, I'm actually, yeah, dude, that's funny as fuck. I'm actually tempted to kind of buy it on Steam because if it ends up being good, imagine how good the mods are going to be.
Oh,
I'm actually tempted to get it on Steam just because of that. I'm like, oh, do I hedge my bets that they've actually made a good game so then the modders can just cook up? Because as much as Skyrim is fun and cool and shit, like it is a bit fucked on PC itself as well, right?
Oh man, I was supposed to have a Skyrim video out today, but man, I was having problems with that fucking cart loading in.
And I just, oh my god, the mods itself could be worth the fucking $100. Oh, dude, I actually might. Fuck.
But here's an interesting thing. All right, set to premiere or go live. Sorry, 7,500 people watching. Live chat disabled. Now, I don't know. Is this normal for Bethesda? Do they normally disable live chat, or what's the go here, man? Because that, I'm not saying it's a warning sign, but it is interesting, and it's something.
Do you think maybe they'll turn it on once it actually starts?
Maybe.
So they've turned it off so you can't talk because they're like, you know what? Let's just have it off now so people don't leak more stuff or maybe all that. And then once it goes live, they'll have it on.
That could be, yeah. Because if it wasn't disabled, it would be open, even though like it's 16 hours away. People can just type like the fucking N-word and then it just sits in there, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you started your stream and there's just the N-word. Yeah.
That's pretty wild. Yeah, that could be good. That could be funny, man. But no, in all seriousness, man, fuck
you know,
me,
it's kind of
dude.
funny.
Like,
because this is made by a different company. What happens if this ends up actually looking better than fucking
Starfield
and even their next actual Elder Scrolls? Like,
would it be even funnier? What if Oblivion looks better? No, but it's wild because like Claire Obscure 33. That's coming out this week, and I'm very, very fucking interested in that game, right? There's like quite a few things I'm like, all right, I'm working on this, you know, I'm playing for all this, and then it goes, oh, by the way, Oblivion remake, and you're just, what the fuck off, man? Like, can we push this back a week, man? But one thing I wanted to talk about, though, was that was pretty fucking interesting is why are they going through the shadow drop for this one? You think this is something that they would just hype to the fucking moon and back? Like you wake up one morning and it's out, as opposed to being like, hey, we're going to show off. We got a big surprise for you at the next Xbox show or whatever. And Todd Howard walks out and he's like, yo, Oblivion, bitch. And then like you just market that for months. Instead, it's just coming out next week.
Imagine if they had showed this at the Xbox fucking showcase at the beginning of the year. Xbox would have been... Dude, that would have been the most fucking hype thing. Like, I know Oblivion is not as people know it less than Skyrim, but this type of game is fucking wanted and desired. Look how hyped Avowed was, and then it died off because, shit trailers and also just shit game, right? So people just fucking left it straight away. But there was hype for it because it was going to be the next, Elder Scrolls type of fucking game. And it ended up being a lot fucking worse than all the Elder Scrolls games, but there was hype because of it was going to be that type of game. And Oblivion, no. The Oblivion is still hyped, and like I said, there's going to be a lot of people like me who didn't really play it back in the day, but now we've grown up with Skyrim and making fun of Skyrim memes, and we want to jump into the Oblivion memes now. It's gonna be sick.
I imagine the shadow drop is probably in large part due to the Elder Scrolls 6 announcement, which went nowhere, And so, like, if they did the same thing with this, where it's just like Oblivion's coming, and it's like, yeah, sure. How long's Elder Scrolls 6 been coming now? Whereas if they just do this, where it's just like, boom, Oblivion, and here it is, and it's coming out now, or either that or very soon, and that will go a longer ways in generating goodwill.
Yeah, no, that's a fucking good point. That's a good point, man. Now, in regards to Oblivion memes, Moz, you're in for a fucking treat, man. Like, you're about to experience a whole new world. Imagine Skyrim memes all over again from the start, though.
I hope this intro of the
game... Except, Moz, when it comes to Oblivion memes, as I showed you last week, you can expect a lot more Alex Jones.
I know some of the memes, right? Like the zoom in when you talk to people, and sometimes they'll just walk into the bridge, into the water, then they'll go, hello there. And even though they're like from yonks away, somehow they can get to you. Like, I know that. I hope that's still in the game. Please keep that in the game. If there's one thing I want in the game still, I want to just walk past a bridge, there's an NPC in the water, and it can still yap to me somehow, but it zooms in on their face. Keep that in.
Oh, dearie me.
I think it's very big of Bethesda to stick to their pro modding roots and not issue a cease and desist on Sky Oblivion, especially when so many other companies are doing it, like Nintendo, Take-Two, Activision, right?
I think the thing with them, though, is, I mean, they've pretty much acknowledged that they're carried by mods. They're carried by mods and modders. So as much as, like, Creation Club is a real thing, who the fuck uses it, especially if you're on PC? You just go and fucking get your mods everywhere else, right? If they were to crack down, if they were hypothetically to take down Sky Oblivion, that would just be a massive fucking dent in their reputation as we're carried by mods. Like, so let me get this straight. You're carried by mods. You acknowledge you're carried by mods, and yet you're going after like one of the biggest ones in your fucking history.
Right. It would be a very bad move PR-wise, yeah.
Are they Khajiits?
What?
Can I be a Khajiit or no?
Yeah.
This is a very important Khajiit.
Yeah,
this is very important.
Yes.
So I can be a cat person. Okay. Because if I couldn't be a Khajiit, I wasn't even gonna.
Are you gonna play as a Khajiit?
Of course.
What are you gonna play as, John? What's your go-to race?
I don't know the races, man. I'm really foggy on that. I couldn't tell you.
Oh, fuck you then.
Generic guy with longsword. There you go.
I like to play as Guts in every fucking game.
I like to play Khajiit because the description of Khajiits is literally just an essay. They're good at fighting and they steal from people. So they're the essays of the fucking Elder Scrolls.
So I used to be Wood Elf, all in on Wood Elf, but since my younger years, I've now grown into being better than everyone else. So I have to play as a High Elf now. And the racism has increased too. So hence High Elf, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, makes sense. Speaking of better than everyone else, we have Ian so forth with 10 gifted memberships. Oh, you know what this means? We get an Arab Elder Scrolls, motherfucker. Everyone, what race will you be playing as? What's your go-to race? And just for the record, fuck the Nords. Skyrim does not belong to the Nords. Skyrim prospered under Palworld control. Skyrim Nords are like the biggest hypocrites on the fucking planet. They're all about their fucking heritage and pride, but they're all furries that are having sex with Khajiits and Argonians. Fuck the Nords. Moz, we're getting Arab money, baby. Who do they go to, bitch?
Are the real fucking thing.
Take over, Moz.
They went to Muddy Out, Endless, Catcherless, Wazi, Akazo, Matthew Benner, Ben Young, Dancer, Golung, Jody, G198, Huge Carden, Cell Shade. But yeah, Nords are way fucking cooler.
No, they're not. Nords are gay as fuck. Thank you very
Dude,
much.
no, Nords are the racist.
Nah. Falmore
Yeah, they
Embassy, babe. No, they think
they
they
don't
are.
allow elves anywhere. They don't allow fucking Khajiits anywhere. They don't allow lizard people anywhere. They don't let anyone anywhere. They are definitely the racist.
Then why do they have a Falmore Embassy in Skyrim? Hey!
I don't even know what that is.
Tactical nuke inbound, chat. I just fucking
Yeah,
hit
but
him with it.
your empire allows elves just to walk freely. Fuck that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm pro Falmer.
No, you're pro high elf and gay shit. They're the fucking.
That's the
they're
Falmer.
gay. No, it's not.
Yes, it is. No, Moz, that's the Jewish high elf propaganda. Oh shit. Nah.
No, the elves like walk around and they're like imperial as fuck. I remember in the game because they're like.
Because what happened was okay, here we go. Sit down. So what's going on is the Falmer is allowing the Imperials to occupy Skyrim because the Falmer defeated the Imperials in a war, right? And they're saying, hey, you can have Skyrim, but you have to have our fucking laws, which includes the banning of worshipping Talos, which is their god. So pretty much the Imperials are fucking cucked out to the Falmer, and that's why Ulfric Stormcuck of the Sigma of Windhelm is now uprising to say, yo, this is bullshit, man. Why are we siding with the Empire when they're taking away our whole religion, which is based on Talos, right? Because the Falmer, which is the elves, they're all like, nah, fuck humans.
Yeah, that's why Nords are cool, because they're racist. They're going to be all like, fuck the Nords. Not fuck the Nords, fuck the elves.
But they've allowed themselves to fall into that position because they sided with the Empire.
General Tullius. The true Nords of Skyrim are fighting back, and Stormcloaks won. They are the true sons and daughters of Skyrim.
Which is why, like, I actually kind of like Tullius and Ulfric. As much as I trash on Skyrim, rightfully so.
And
hold up, player. I always liked how Ulfric and Tullius are like in agreement on everything. They're like, fuck the elves, fuck the elves, fuck the elves. They've just found themselves on different sides, unfortunately, when really they agree on everything. Because if you do Stormcloaks and then you win, the last thing Tullius says is like, Ulfric, you know this is what they fucking want. They want us fighting each other because then we can't take them on. So pretty much everyone's being played by the Falmer.
Fuck them. Burn that shit. Our boy is such an OG. He walks up to the king, shouts at him, and kills him instantly, and that's how the fucking war starts, bitch. Your boy was just sitting doing nothing, being a
not
bitch.
My boy. I'm Falmer.
No. You're a fucking imperial faggot.
No, the imperial faggots bow to my will as a Falmer agent.
Nah, you're a fucking.
Like I look at humanity and just see sex slaves.
Nah, you're fucking.
And Nords look at Khajiits and Argonians and see sex slaves. It's fucking weird, dude. Yeah, man. The Simperials.
Yeah, fuck the Imperials.
Simperials. Yeah, man. Hey, it's good for me, though. And then Lord Bova. Glory to the Empire. Fuck the Nords.
Nah, fuck you. The Empire's full of dog shit cunts who let elves walk around. Fuck that. Fuck that.
All right, but my least favorite race. That's one good thing about Elder Scrolls is it does get you pretty racist, right?
Oh, fuck yeah, it does.
My least favorite race is Argonians. Every time I do a Skyrim playthrough, it's like attack them on sight, bash all the lizards.
No joke. You know the Khajiits that always like find their way to the fucking Whiterun after a little time of playing? I always rob the fuck out of them. I'm like, yeah, they're my people, but guess what? You get robbed, bitch.
A Moz Nord account incoming. Yeah, it's gonna happen. And then we have Ian with 15 real dollars. Thank you very much. It's like the UN if they were being honest. Yeah, actually, yeah, pretty much. Actually,
wild.
yeah. It's yeah.
That's wild.
Now the fun part is for you to figure out which race represents which one.
Who are the Khajiits in real life?
The
Who are the
Jews.
lizards? No, the Khajiit are definitely not the Jews.
Apparently, I missed the super chat when I fucking disconnected.
You like lizard people?
Joker Moz with the $5. Nah. I checked with Mike Nolan. You can't.
Nah, you did the wrong con.
I was doing Kobe Shinobi's Vegeta, but all right. No, I checked with Mike Nolan. Yeah, can't. No, it doesn't count. All right, run it by Donnie the dealer then. Moz has videos of him beating Easter eggs as proof, and you got nothing except for Gronk and Plus. You guys are all cheering for Gronk and Plus, but I tell you, you're all gonna be fucking pissed off when you see it.
Oh, once you watch it, you're gonna realize this is the biggest waste. And you know what? You might even unfucking subscribe. You might just go, nah, these cunts are fucking taking it too far now. They're just fucking idiots.
Oh yeah, man. But anyway, we will be streaming the Oblivion reveal, whatever the fuck it is. It doesn't even say reveal. It just says all will be revealed. So I don't know what the fuck that means. But before we wrap up, we have a little something called Scary Cargo. Ooh. The sequel to Spooky Package, Scary Cargo.
It's that walking game. The fucking what's his name made? The walking simulator. With the guy from Walking Dead.
Death Stranding.
Death Stranding. It's Death Stranding too. Early release.
A co-op survival horror for 1 to 4 players. Deliver cargo, stay alive, and trust no one for too long. All right, well, let's see what you got for me.
What the fuck am I watching?
3 packages left and 1 bullet. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Let's go!
Oh shit!
Oh God! Oh God! Go!
Why does it look so fake?
Yeah, this is giving me like Killzone 2 pre-rendered vibes.
Like what the fuck?
Oh shit! What was that?
Oh, I know that sound. We're all gonna die.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Whoa! What the hell is that?
Is this AI? Like what the fuck is going on? I'm so confused.
Whoa! Oh my God!
Why would you not just pop that one? Because back there is the fucking dragon.
Right on. God. Well, that couldn't get much worse. Oh my God! Ah! Goodbye, friend. Oh my God!
What the
Oh my God. They're saying, oh my God, more than John Travolta.
Oh my God.
It's coming! Oh my God!
The gun didn't work!
What do you mean?
God!
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
I don't know. Oh my God!
Well,
oh my God.
expect the grunking stream soon.
Add to wish list. It's like Repo and Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, there's amusing clash of aesthetics here. Like with something like Repo, it's like it's all unified with the same sort of cartoony look. But here, it's like they're going for this like comedy among like how the players look and how you interact with each other, combined with like all the monsters looking sort of like well designed and actually monstrous and not cartoony.
What do you think, Moz?
It looked fake. Like
Yeah,
it looked like it looked like it wasn't real. Like I was very confused. I'm like, is this trailer real or am I about to get clickbaited to the fucking shitter?
These days, with the sophistication of Unreal Engine 5, if it does look high fidelity, approximately to that. Like I wouldn't be surprised, but that wasn't a gameplay trailer. That was obviously like a fixed scripted thing. Yeah.
Like, why the fuck is there a dragon flute? I want
You're right,
I
Muzzy
wanna-
just kind of turned off.
He just froze for
I
a
think
little bit there.
I think I'm fucked up.
I can't tell if your feed froze or you're actually like you just
I think
completely
I'm
paused.
fucked up.
I mean, I would agree, but what are you talking about? Just in general? You got a cocaine addiction?
Speechless.
I think I need one after watching that. Fuck me.
All right. Okay. So, yeah.
Oblivion. I'm actually so excited now. I just want to be racist in video games again. Come on.
I'll check it out. Yeah.
We're gonna stream that. We're gonna stream that later tonight.
Join us tonight, dickheads.
But we're gonna start to wrap up. John, thanks for joining, man. Anything you want to promote?
Just streaming on the weekends, doing Liza P. I'm almost done that. Probably like 3/4 of the way through. Still working on my Hard Justice Machinima thing. About like 700 shots into that. It's probably going to be over 1,000 shots.
Jeez.
And yeah, it's a lot. I'll be glad when it's done. John Graham on YouTube. Thanks.
I'm worried about because I haven't touched Liza P since I beat it. So that means like when the DLC comes out, I'm going to hop into it and just get my fucking asshole spread over my face, aren't I? It's going to be great.
Oh, mate.
Apparently, if you want to, you can carry over your weapons and level and shit to the DLC.
Oh, I'm fucking doing that. Absolutely. I'm just worried I'm going to forget how to play and then just get my shit smashed in.
Fair enough. Yeah.
What about you, Moz?
You fucking dogs. Last week, I released a new cheeky little video of me playing the new RuneScape. So if you want to check out that, here's the video link. It's actually a pretty good video. You get a good, like, oh, this is how the game plays and whatnot. And yeah, in the first couple of quests. And yeah, tonight I'm going to be up and we're going to watch the Oblivion. I'm going to try and download it as quick as I fucking can and make a video on it. I won't be streaming it. I will be doing a video on it. So yeah, make sure you're subscribed because I might even try and do a Oblivion playthrough. No, like I'll probably do side quests off the videos and then the videos be the main quest line. So I might do that if everything works out. Well, we will see though. But tomorrow I will be streaming Warzone with confirmed Lethal and Josiah. Mike,
you ruined the fucking surprise.
What was the surprise?
Dude, you just told everyone that fucking Shawn Michaels is coming back for WrestleMania. This was supposed to be my comeback to Warzone. I had intro music and everything. I had fireworks and shit. It was all surprise, man. It was all gonna be like, oh, well, we can't play. We're a player down. And then it was gonna be Heartless Day, and I was gonna walk out. There was gonna be fireworks going off and shit.
Dancers in the background.
Yeah, you just ruined it.
Nah, you're a fucking Imperial and you don't deserve.
No, I'm a Falmer, not an Imperial. There's a difference. I don't even see. You're all human cocksuckers in my mind. I'm above you.
No, you're fucking.
No, shut up. You're literally a Khajiit. You're not even a human. You're a fucking Khajiit. You're worse.
And guess what? I'm gonna fucking pickpocket and steal your baby, bitch. That's what Khajiits do.
This is the Khajiit way. Khajiits ruined Warzone returns.
No, you didn't even. That was not a secret. I can bring up DMs of that.
Yeah, no, we knew because we were fucking going to be doing it. Everyone else, it was a secret.
Why didn't you say, oh, Moz, don't want no one to know that I'm coming back? And when I
thought that was a given.
No, when I said, okay, let's set this up and get it rolling, everyone was fine with me yapping about it.
Yeah, in a private group chat.
Yeah, but I meant no. You see, you're retarded. That I meant and fucking outside, like promoting it and shit. You're all fine with it.
You're not supposed to be doing that, Moz. You're breaking NDAs.
Why would I not promote my stream coming back? This is the first
you're not supposed to tell people.
I
You're not
didn't sign no fucking NDA.
No, you're not supposed to tell people that I was the surprise comeback.
You were never the surprise comeback. If anything, this was my comeback to streaming and playing a fucking first-person shooter, bitch.
Fine, but you weren't supposed to ruin
this
my
is a
part.
this is a Randy
This is
Orton fucking
bullshit.
situation where it was my comeback, and then CM Punk came out and ruined Randy Orton's great return. Nah, fuck that.
That's exactly
Fuck
what
you.
did.
Nah,
That's exactly
fuck
what
you.
you did. But anyway,
Uh,
it's been ruined. My return has been. I'm sorry, chat. We had a full fucking intro made and everything. It was
You
awesome.
have nothing made, bitch. We literally confirmed it 4 hours ago.
And I haven't stopped cooking since then.
4 hours, Lethal's just been fucking cooking.
Yeah, we had everything good to go, man. I apologize, chat. But yes, we will be playing Warzone tomorrow. There's the big surprise.
Dude,
Anything
I
else
almost
you'd like to-
cancelled the stream until I got called a fucking pussy because I wanted to play Oblivion. Lethal, Josiah said, "Oh, must be in a pussy."
I didn't say shit.
You did say shit. You were like,
I didn't cancel you for fucking playing
yes, you did.
Oblivion.
Yes, you
piece
did.
of
Yes,
shit.
you did. Yes, you fucking did. You're a part of it. You
No,
were a
dude,
part of
I
it.
just said for real.
That's what Rick Topin after he said I was a dodging pussy bitch.
Sorry you have to hear this, John. Moz has gone fucking broken again.
Oh, it's so
This
good.
is fucking bullshit.
Anyway, Moz, anything else you'd like to say?
I'd like to say, fuck the Imperials, up the Stormcloaks. Fuck yeah.
How does the Imperials feel about Khajiit? Anyway, on that note, boys and girls, thank you very much. We'll see you later tonight for the Oblivion stream. We'll probably start 15, 20 minutes before it goes live, and I don't know how long it's going to go for, but we'll deal with that then. Have a fantastic day, everybody. Much love. And,
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, I guess we'll see y'all later.